Here is how to skin and prep a squirrel, which is pretty good eating. And first thing, you gotta get a squirrel. I got this one today. He was raining, but here we go. Best thing to do is as soon as you get them, skin them, because they skin a lot easier, as they can be a lot of work. First thing, you want to make a cut on the hide only. You don't want to poke into the meat, but then you take the hide and you slit it all the way to the base of the tail on this side. Then you do this side on the inside. You don't want to cut on the outside of the hide. Cut on the inside. Poke in there and then saw the hide all the way here to the middle. Then I like to take a razor knife because they're sharp and precise, and then you work the hide away from the meat without cutting yourself, of course. And once you get the thing started, see how it likes to stick? The meat likes to stick to the hide. You gotta kind of cut between the meat and the hide. Just go nice and slow. And the belly, cut away from get the meat, there we go, away from the hide. And once you kind of get it started, you can take your finger and go between the meat, the leg, and poke out the other side here. Then once you get your finger through there, you can peel it down to his ankle. Just give his ankle a little snap. Cut his foot right off and it'll stay with the hide. Yeah, he's not going to need that anymore anyways. So, then you can kind of work the hide around to the back. There, you got one leg done. Now we'll work on the second leg. Once you get it started, you gotta cut the meat away from the hide, because if you start pulling, the meat comes with it, and that's not good. Just get the meat nice and slow away from the hide. There, once you do that, you can start working your finger around. Pop through. Once you pop through, pull her down. Once again, if you don't want to snap it, you can cut it at the ankle. And then the foot stays with the hide. Now that that's done, you do the same thing in the back. Just try to work, make sure you're not peeling the hide and the meat with it. See how the meat's starting to stick here? Take your knife and slowly just cut them tenets that holds the skin to the meat. Once you get this far, now you can take your finger and go along his back. And once you poke through the back, then you can work yourself down and to the tail, just like the foot. There, you get down to the tail, and you can just hack the tail off. Oops. There. There, now. Now you can start working the hide slowly. You don't want to pull the stomach meat with it. See, you start pulling the stomach meat with it, the guts start flying out. So sometimes you got to work that stomach so you don't rip the stomach meat. There, I think I'm past it. Now pull till you get up and over to the shoulders. Right here. Now onto the shoulders. Now you want to squeeze it and squeeze and push down on the meat, and then you can cut right along the shoulders and keep squeezing and get between the meat and the hide. See, I got a little meat sticking here. I gotta cut that without cutting the hide. And here's the shoulder. Once you get that far, you can kind of, work the top over. Once you get that top over, there's his whole front shoulder showing. Now I can stick my finger between his armpit here and get through the shoulder. There. Then pull till you're down to his front foot. And then you can cut the front foot right off. Now I'm gonna work along here to get this shoulder free. Yeah. Work the shoulder free. Shove through. Pull down. Down to the wrist. Give her a cut. Then last but not least, I want the whole neck to be shown. So I go around here until the whole neck is showing. And then you basically just twist the head off. There you go, the head's off. There you go, if you want to have him mounted, he's got his feet and everything on there. A black one would look cool, but them black squirrels are kind of rare. Now you got to work on the guts. They're halfway out, but what you want to do is go in here without opening the guts. You get the skin, and you want to go in up the rib cage, right up the middle. Split it right up the middle of the rib cage. Then you can open up the rib cage, grab onto his neck tube. Right here, see how that neck tube pops out? Then you got a hold of him. He's got two skins here that holds the heart and the lungs in. Put your finger on each side of them skins, and you can pull all the guts out. Once that's done, now you gotta turn him upside down, and you gotta cut his pelvic bone. Something right in here, it's kind of his poop chute, but you rip that open and you split that wide open, his pelvic, and then you scrape out his poop chute. There you go. Once that's all done, you take them in, rinse them off real good, and you got yourself some good eating. You ever see a squirrel run naked? Wee, 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 wee.